Hello, today I'm going to be using this palette for the first time. I have not opened it or anything. So it comes in like one of these things, has words on the back, on the back of both of them in case you're interested in reading that. This is in a font that I struggle to read in, so I'm not going to read that. If I can do it, it comes like this with all these little covers that I haven't taken off yet. Okay, got that out of the way. So this is what it looks like, and currently I am in natural sunlight. So this is what it looks like in the sunlight. I will probably do swatches and that sort of thing, but I'm really excited to play with this palette. It looks so beautiful and right up my alley. Now, I generally don't buy makeup new or anything like that. When I say new, I mean like at launch. I don't buy makeup that's new on the market generally. And this is the first new product that I've bought in probably since Nomad came out with their Halloween palette, Haunted, what was that? Ghost Town USA. I haven't bought a palette at launch since Ghost Town USA. My most recent palette, besides this one, is the Bella Beauté Bar Dead Roses palette that I just got probably I think it was 2 months ago. I think it was 2 months ago at this point. And this is like two or 3 years old now at this point, and I just got it. Yeah. So this is technically it's my third Bella Beauté Bar palette, but I'm gonna say it's my second. I have another one that I just haven't used and I really need to get rid of it. I don't think I'm going to use it. It's the recently de-influenced, and it's just not, I've had it for years and I just haven't used it because it's not my color story. Maybe I will try to use it and do, a 1 week, one palette, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to be creating a few looks with this palette and I'm really excited. I'm going to be testing, ooh, wait, this is shifty. Ooh, I like shades like that. I'm really excited to use it. I haven't seen very many people using this and I definitely want to use that. That's something that I thought was pretty interesting to put into an eyeshadow palette. Most palettes that I see don't have waterliners in them unless it's a waterliner palette. So we'll see. This is my first waterliner ever. I haven't used a waterliner before. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, for this first look, I am going to do a very neutral look. I have a work meeting today that's pretty important, and so I want to look pretty presentable. Looking at this palette, I already want to move things around to suit my preference more. So I will probably do that maybe in a different video. I don't know how long this video is going to be yet, but I definitely already want to move some of these shades around to just match my preference a little more. So I think I really want to use this purple shade. I'm really liking it, but I also kind of want to use this shade and this shade. I'll go with this purple shade first and maybe go into this shade as well. It's a little, I don't know if in the camera it's picking it up, but it's a little green. It's a little bit green, which is great for somebody with my skin tone. Well, it won't look green on me. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this shade first, then this shade, and then maybe this shade. It's a little warmer. This is patchy. Why? I'm using the same base that I used for the Dead Roses palette. Maybe it's the brush? Yeah, it's like clinging to, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see this. This is clinging to one area. Why? Okay, also, I don't know Freya. Freya 86. I don't know her, I don't follow her. I just saw this color story and was really drawn to it. So I don't have an emotional or parasocial relationship with Bella Beauté Bar or Freya 86. So this is honest opinion, and I'm going to hold off my opinion and just say my current observations. And at the end, I will give my opinion once I use this palette a little more. Maybe it's the brush. It could be this clean, unused brush that works with every other eyeshadow I use. It could be maybe my skincare that's the same that I always use and don't have issues with generally. We'll see. So far, I'm going to stay open-minded. It's only one shade, one brush. I will say, the way that it is blending into my natural skin tone and creating this gradient looks really good. I have blended out this shade a little more, so it's not as patchy as it was before. But I am having to use more blending, more pressure than I'm used to, especially for a matte shade. It's really, which I don't know if I love because I have sensitive eyes. So we'll see. Okay, you can see all that. I don't like that. Not a big fan, but it's fine if it doesn't happen on my face. And so far, hasn't happened on my face. I'm gonna go in with this shade here and just blend the purple up a bit into my, just up a little bit. This shade is also very powdery. The Dead Roses palette is not this powdery. It's blending very, very well with each other, the two shades. It's blending very, very well. It's looking really nice. Shade duality isn't patchy in the same way that I was experiencing with the purple. It's blending much more easily, and it could be the brush, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Rubble, and I'm going to go on the lower lash line. This is looking so good with my skin tone. I'm really liking the tones and the shades in this palette. It's just so complimentary for me. I'm really liking the effect and the depth that added, the shade Rubble. It's interesting because it added depth, but it's about in the same tone as this purple here that I used to lay down first, or maybe depth as the purple shade, but it's still adding depth and dimension, and it looks really beautiful, despite being a neutral as well, or I would consider this a neutral. Okay, I'm just going to go with my first instinct and go in with this shade here and just kind of tap that all over my lid. This is the shade Darf. I cannot say Darf. I cannot read this. What does that say? Okay, well, I cannot figure out what this says. It looks like Darf to me, D-A-R-F, but I am almost certain that that's not a word. So, okay, so this shade here is not squishy. It is not squishy at all. It's not wet. You can feel the particles here when you're pressing your finger into it. This doesn't feel smooth. It feels like you're picking up individual particles on your hand, or like if somebody spilled glitter or something on the table and you're like just like trying to pick it up with your finger. That's kind of what this feels like. It's sticking. There's no fallout or anything. And I'm not saying that's bad. It's just different from what I'm used to. And I'm very interested in trying it. I'm excited. Okay, that's beautiful. It looks wet. It looks wet. And that is, and I love the tone. It looks so good. This is looking really awesome. And it's really intense. I have not felt a shade that feels like this that I have also enjoyed, and so far I enjoy it. So far this shimmer is really awesome. A little goes a long way with this, which I personally enjoy. It's not like you're going to stick your finger in the shade and it just squish everywhere and you have to do damage control with how much you picked up kind of thing. I think it's really easy to control how much of this shimmer that you pick up because it just the nature of it. And you can see it's all mostly gone from my finger, which is nice. And it's so smooth. It looks so smooth on the eyelid, but the shimmer particles are still there. Okay, time to try the water activated liner. I'm going to go in with the black. I don't know how this is gonna go. I've never used a water activated liner. So looks like eyeliner. Yeah. Like I said, I don't have any experience with water activated liners in general at all. So this is my first experience using it, and so far so good. So far so good. I like this line. I'm able to get much tighter to my lash line than with powder, which I usually use. I usually use powder. For a beginner, this is really good. For someone who has no idea what they're doing with the water activated liner, this is really good. And with this, I'm staying very, very close to the lash line, and I'm only going to the middle of my eyelid. Man, this is way easier to control than when I would use those liquid liners that are typical that you get at the drugstore. I used to try to use those and they were so difficult for me to use. I just couldn't control the brush. The brush was it wasn't stiff enough generally. It was generally too long and generally too thick. And I am enjoying that I can control this so easily. I can pick out the brush that I want to use. I'm enjoying this. Okay, going in with a different eyeliner brush that isn't wet. I'm going to go into the shade here. I'm going to go into this shade here and just wing out a little more, a little softer. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this water activated liner. It is so user friendly, or beginner friendly, I should say. Okay, and also this shade Earth doesn't have a lot of fallout. There's like no powder coming off. I like that. I like that. And it's performing really well and doing exactly what I want it to do, which is act as a softener, a blender for this liner, which is really nice. And to go in with this shade here, Creatures. This is, okay, this shade is much softer than this shade that I just used. It's very soft, very smooth. Not squishy, just softer. And I'm going to go, oh my lord. Oh, whoopsie. I like it. I'm gonna have to do some damage control for her work, but that's cool. Oh yeah. Oh, I really want to put that in the middle. Ah, fuck it. This is looking really like what it looks like in photos, or what you'd expect it to look like in photos under the best lighting, under the best circumstances, where it's just really holographic and shifty, but it looks like that in the real life with no special lighting. I don't have a ring light. This is in the morning sunlight, and it's looking freaking cool. It's looking so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Wow, this shimmer is so stunning. And again, super easy to control how much product you're placing, because it's not a dry formula, but it's not super squishy where you're getting it all over your finger. You're getting more product than you would want. It's super easy to control. Ah, it looks so cool. I'm gonna go in with a little brush and go into this white here and just put it in my inner corner. Okay, so this isn't very bright. You can't really see it on my inner corner at all, but when it's connecting with the rest of the matte eyeshadows, it is blending so well. It's just not showing up as like a bright white inner corner, which is fine. It doesn't need to. That's what I was trying to use it for, but I can just adjust. It is a blending white to brighten the existing shadows in the palette, and that's good. That's beautiful, especially for this palette, which is kind of dark. So kind of dark and gray, and adding the white will help brighten looks. So I'm not upset about it at all. Okay, I am going to finish up the eye look, doing mascara, and then I'm going to do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have done my base makeup, my eye makeup is done, and now I am going to, I also bought both of the lip products, so I'm going to open those and figure out which one I'm going to wear today. Okay, so these are the two colors. I really want to use this gray. I really want to use it. I can take it off for work. And this is so sparkly. It looks so fun. But I think I'm gonna use this one. And I haven't bought a lip product from Bella Beauté Bar. Lip products are just something that I have a lot of lip products, and I don't love all of them, and I don't have a lot of the tones that I wish I did. I don't have a lot of cool toned lip products, and instead of buying new ones, I just get over it and use what I have, even if it doesn't look exactly correct with my makeup look, and that's okay. That is what it is, but I'm excited to try this. So this doesn't feel super easy. First of all, that looks freaking good. I like this color on me. Okay, so I really like this color. This does not look work appropriate at all. But I also work in a kind of an alternative place, or the people there are more accepting of me wearing something like this. So it's okay. It's fine. Okay, I really, really like this a lot. Now, I will say, I'm not used to clay liquid lipsticks. I think that's what this is a clay liquid lipstick. I'm not used to it. It goes on as if you're taking clay from art class and spreading it on your lips. Now it feels better than that. It's very soft and pillowy. And maybe this is just the initial application, but we'll see. I need to use it a couple more times. This first time using it right out of the package where I'm taking it out, it does feel like very soft, very pillowy, very high quality clay that you would use in art class. And I don't think that I would love taking this little doe foot. First of all, I do like the doe foot. It's pretty big, it's nice, it's plush. And putting it all over like this, I think it would be, I'm gonna add a lid on her. Yeah, it's a little clumpy. And so it needs the finger to smooth it out. And maybe that's standard, and I don't mind that at all. But just in case you're like me and you haven't used this and that sounds like something that you would not enjoy doing, just be aware of that. Okay, and I'm going to take this, I already started a little bit. It's a little purple. I'm just going to kind of blend it a little. It's a lip liner from Unearthly in the shade Carnage. And actually I think this is a red, but just adding a little bit of yeah, I like it. I like this. Now, does it look great with this eye look? I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm really digging it. Okay, this is the finished look with this palette. I'm going to be wearing this all day. I have some meetings and that sort of thing, and so I'll probably check in. I doubt that this lip will make it through the day, and I don't generally reapply lip products throughout the day, but I have a feeling that this palette is going to be fine on the eyes. And when I say that, I mean I don't think I'm going to get creasing. I do have oily eyelids. I have sensitive eyelids, so tomorrow when I do another look with this palette, I will tell you guys if my eyelids stained, if I have any issues with the formula creasing or that sort of thing. I didn't have that with the Dead Roses palette. I didn't have any issues. I think there was a slight staining with the Dead Roses, but I don't remember. And that was, it's a red palette, so most reds stain. But yeah. Anyways, so this is the finished first look. Oh, let me get up closer so you can see the effect. I love this. I really, really like this. Okay, on to the second look. For today, I think I'm going to go into this little quadrant here and do a look with this. Maybe deepen it up a little more with something like this or this, but I think I want to go with something like this today. Yeah. In the pan, this shade, most of these shades look so gray. This looks so gray in person and in the camera, but on me, it just looks pretty neutral. Okay, this shade is blending really well and it's not being patchy or anything, which is nice. Okay, going to go in with this smaller blending brush into the shade Coexist and just taking it in this V and just deepening it up just a bit. And then taking it out as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this shade. Okay, so this shade is similar to this shade in the texture where, I don't know if you can see this, you can see the particles potentially, which is fine. It looks so beautiful on my finger right now. Yeah, let's just put it on and see. So gorgeous. This is beautiful. And I'm not getting fallout with my finger. Now, I haven't used it with the brush, so maybe potentially fallout with that, but I think I should have taken the base, I think I should have taken this color and maybe used it more as a base on the whole eye. I think that would have looked good as well. I'm actually going to deepen up the crease with this shade again. I just want it to have a little more blend, a little more depth. I'm going to go in with a little brush into this shade Creatures and go in the inner corner with that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with liner, finish up my eyes, finish up my face, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so far this is the finished look. I am going to be putting on this. I'm going to be trying this for the first time and seeing how I like it, if I like the color, that sort of thing. Has the same nice, really plush doe foot. It's pigmented. Okay. So the color isn't spreading around so evenly. Wow, that looks not great right now on me with this, the rest of this. I need to shear it out a bit. I was expecting it to be sheer. Okay, that's better. Maybe I was a little heavy-handed. It's not goopy at all. It is a little sticky, but it's not goopy. And also I can't feel the particles. Can't feel the particles in this either, but it does have shimmer. I have not used a lip gloss or a lip product other than the two that I've gotten from Beauté Bar in this collection. This is pleasant. It doesn't feel like it's going to dry out my lips. I like the color. The opacity was intense, but I like that you can sheer it out like this, and the color didn't spread super evenly when I applied it. But with my finger, it applies beautifully, it spreads beautifully. So I don't know if that was just initial me opening the package. This is really weird. It feels like I'm going to, yeah, I like it. I like this lip product. This to me looks a lot better than the really intense, the intense version with this eye look and the rest of this makeup look specifically. I'm liking this. I think this looks good. This is the final look. What do you guys think? I like it. That. Now today, I'm going to try to dip back into this shade here and see how that does as a base. I'm going to probably go into the shade here, Ruins. Maybe we're gonna use this shade. Maybe, I think I already used Coexist. So maybe this shade as well. Yeah, I think I've used a lot of the shades in here, or a lot of the mattes at least. So I'll do that, and then I kind of want to do a purple eye look today with this. Ooh, maybe something with this as well. We'll see. I'm just gonna go for it. Going in with that purple shade, I'm going to pack it onto this fluffy brush. The first time I used it, I didn't use a fluffy brush. I used a different brush, but let's see how this lays down. It's a lot better. It is a lot better. I am experiencing a little patchiness still. I don't know if it's my primer or my eyelids or what, but it is catching right here a little bit and not wanting to blend out, but it's not so bad. The way that this is blending into my skin tone here into a natural transition is really beautiful. I will say that. Okay, on this side it's a lot better. Okay, so I wonder if it was a combination of the brush and maybe it's just texture on my eyelid. That's definitely possible. And it's not so patchy to where it's super noticeable in the camera. I notice it. Like, you guys probably can't see what I'm talking about on my eyelid, because one, my camera is not great, and then two, I'm not that close, and three, it's very subtle, and I think I've blended it out. I don't know if I'm going to pass a judgment on this shade. It could just be user error at the same time, but I've used two different brushes. I have used the same primer. I don't know. I'm going to say that this purple shade here it's okay. There's aspects of it that I really like. This is only my second time using this shade in particular. It's the third time I've used this palette. It's just, I'm not impressed by the application of the shade, but I really like the tone of the shade and the way that it blends and works with my skin tone. Really like that. I don't know. Maybe in a couple of days, or maybe in a couple of weeks, I should say in a couple of weeks, maybe I'll make an update on this video, because I definitely was thinking about whether or not I wanted to put this up against my Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette, which is my go-to neutral eyeshadow palette, everyday neutral eyeshadow palette. I was thinking that maybe this could compete with that. So we'll see. I might take a week and just use those two and compare those two and really see which one I prefer. Okay, going in with a smaller brush, I'm going to go into this shade here. It's a little blue. I'm not gonna try to read these shade names anymore. I can't read this. Ooh, okay, this is very powdery. I don't know if you could see that, but it's like you touch it and it's just, yeah, very powdery. Ooh, but this shade is pigmented. And I'm also not getting fallout. I'm hesitant to say that yet. Let me just keep blending for a second. Okay. This is blending well. It's pigmented and it's not blending the pigment away as I'm blending it, which is nice. And it's going into the purple shade, or working into the purple shade very, very nicely. Yeah, I'm not getting any fallout from this shade onto my face, which some brands with their powdery eyeshadow, I do have to worry about the fallout. It's so powdery in the pan and it translates to the eye, and that can be annoying. I don't like fallout on my face. Okay, I really, really like the tone of this blue. It's really, really translating well onto the skin and blending with the purple shade very well. It's looking very, very nice. The tone is really, really nice. The intensity is nice. I can forgive fallout in the pan. I don't really care about that as long as it doesn't translate onto the eye, and as long as it's not completely ridiculous fallout in the pan. Sometimes it's ridiculous and I don't like it, but this is not translating onto the face, so. Okay, next I'm going to go in with another smaller blending brush than the first one, and I'm going to go into the shade Ruins. Yeah, I'm gonna go into that shade. And I'm going to just go into the inner corner here, and then I'm going to blend it a little bit upwards. This is smoothing out my skin really, really nicely. Okay, now I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm going to take this and go on the outer corner and take this more into the inner corner. That looks really nice. I'm just going to pat. Ah, it looks so beautiful and it's blending so well with the blue. Ah. Yes, oh, I like it. It's very soft. This is probably this is probably a more, why am I holding like this? This is probably a more soft formula comparatively to this or this, which had the more textured, dry, but still sticks to your fingertips texture. I wouldn't say like glitter because it's not, it doesn't feel like glitter, but it feels glitter-esque. I should say there's texture and it's dry in these pans here and here and here as well. Versus this is very soft, and it's not soft squishy, it's just much softer than this. It feels more cohesive than this, even though this is cohesive. Like, you're not picking up individual particles, it feels like, on your fingertips. I'm going to have to lighten that a little bit, but it looks really nice. I'm going to take that lighter shade that we used before, and I'm just going to tap it on the very edge where I put that shade, just to soften it a little bit. That is so beautiful. It's blending so well. It is such a gorgeous shade. And then going into the other shade, it's a little more red, a little more bronze. And I'm going to just blend that and tap it. Why is it, this isn't as red as I was expecting. Maybe it's because I think I put, think user error. I think I put the shade on the same finger that had the purple. Oh well. It still looks nice. Actually, so this in the pan looks red, but on the eyelid, it's not too warm. Yeah, it's not coming off as really, really intense red. It's coming off as a neutral. So I'm going to finish up the eye look. I think I'm going to actually I'm going to use some of this, bring that down onto the lower lash line. Maybe add some of this onto the lower lash line. Yeah, I'm going to do that first. And then I'm going to do mascara, eyeliner, all of that. Maybe use this liner again. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay, actually I am going to do the eyeliner with you guys because, well, I'm just not used to doing waterliner. This will be the second time that I'm doing it. So I am going to try to use both. I don't really care if it looks good or not right now. I'm not really concerned about that. I just want to I want to try using both to see how they are. And I've already used the black and I really enjoyed my experience with that. So I'm going to use both the white and the black this time. And then I'm going to take it with the damp brush and I'm going to work the white in. And I don't know if this is technically how you're supposed to do it, but it looks like it is activating. So I imagine this is something where you don't need a lot to make it work well. So I'm going to take this white and I'm going to go in the inner corner with it. I like that effect. It's very intense. Oh no, it's spreading. Oh no. That's okay. It's okay. Q-tip time. Okay, note to self. You can change the intensity of the liner depending on how much water you use. So I think for my preference, so that was really intense white and that's really nice. It was a little runny. Not my favorite. Okay, so it's dried just a little bit onto the brush now. And it's still really intense compared to the first time. Whoopsie. But it's okay, it's okay. And then I'm gonna try to, okay, it's looking okay. Yeah, I like it. And then I'm going to go in just a little dab right there. I'm just gonna do a little tiny one, like so. Oh my God, I love this. So I don't use water activated liners. I don't have felt tip liners. The only eyeliner that I have is eyeshadow and eyeliner pencil. So I'm not used to this type of creativity and I'm really liking it. I think it's really fun so far. I'm just gonna do that and then I'm going to take the black and do a little black wing right over this. And I'm okay with this being the only water activated liner or any type of liner other than eyeshadow and pencil in my collection because it's working really well. I'm able to control this super, super well with both changing the brush type that I use, changing the amount of water that I use, and just those two things are great. I really like this. It gives me a lot of control. Now, I don't know about the quality of this, but I like it. I think it's good. I don't know about the quality of this because like I said, I haven't used this kind of product before, but it's not sticky. It's quick. It's not super quick to dry. You have enough time to work with it as a beginner. So it's a little, no, I don't like that. No. This line is not good. This eyeliner is not good. The black, it's a little too extended for my eye shape. I gotta fix this. Okay, that looks a lot better. Q-tip. Yeah, okay. So I don't use false eyelashes, so that is something to keep in mind, is that that line probably would have been fine if I used false lashes, because false lashes might cover that up a little more, but I use my natural lashes because I'm lazy. Okay. Okay, that's matching pretty well, I think. Yeah. And then just rinsing off my brush. I don't know if this eyeliner will cake onto the brush and make it unusable again. In my past, being an artist in the past, my mind is already like, oh, this is like acrylic paint. It's gonna be really hard to get off if it dries, which might not be true, but. Okay, so this is the eyeliner. Now I'm going to put on mascara, come back. Actually, I need to do my eyebrows. I'm gonna do mascara and eyebrows, come back, do the lips with you guys, and so I'll be right back. All right, for lips, actually, I am going to use the gloss, but today I kind of want to do a combination of this and this, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna give it a try. So for this, it's a little purple and it's really dark, and I'm just going to go on the inside like so. And this doesn't really stain my teeth. It gets on my teeth, as you can see, but it doesn't stain, which is nice. But once that dries, then I'm going to go in with this gloss. This is the second time I'm using this, so I'm gonna wipe off a little bit. And I'm going to go I really like that effect. Oh yeah. So this is the second time that I'm using this gloss, and I do really, really like this lip with this look, especially. I think it looks really good. This is the look. I really, really like it, and I really like this lip. This gloss, I would not trust to apply it without a mirror. The color, this is the second time that I'm using it, but the color to me catches a lot depending on where it's dispersed on the doe foot, and I would use a mirror or my finger right after applying this, because I wouldn't say that this applies this blue gray color very evenly, and it is more opaque than traditional glosses, but I don't think it's bad. That's just something to keep in mind. And personally, I do apply glosses and lip products in front of the mirror. I don't do it unless it's like chapstick or something. Chapstick, I apply without a mirror, but any other lip product I apply with a mirror anyways. But in case you just want a gloss that you don't have to apply with a mirror, this is probably not it, unless you're okay with patchy color on your lips, which is fine. I'm fine with it because I use a mirror, but if you're not okay with that, just know that. Okay, final thoughts on this palette. This isn't final thoughts. This is just end of the 3 looks on palette thoughts. This is good. This is a really good palette. It is a great color story. Now, is it, okay, do I think, first of all, that these are worth $15? No. $15 each? No. I don't think so. I think they're good, and I'm not going to get rid of these, and I really like the color. I think the colors of these are really unique and nice, but like, I just wouldn't pay $15 again for it. If I lost these, I wouldn't buy them again unless there were no other colors like this in the world, and there are, because K Beauty, C Beauty, J Beauty, they all exist, and I think they're good and I like them, but I wouldn't pay $15 each for them again. With this palette, I'm comparing the formula to the Dead Roses 2 palette, my other Bella Beauté bar palette, and the mattes in here so far are, I think the Dead Roses palette has better mattes in terms of application and blendability and all of that. Now this is a neutral palette, and I think for a neutral palette, the way that it applies to the eyes and blends with the skin, specifically my skin tone in particular. I don't know how it's going to do with really light skin tones or really dark skin tones, I don't know. But on my complexion, it blends really, really beautifully into my complexion. I will say that, like just transition wise, super nice. I could use this purple shade one and done. That being said, I don't think the mattes in here are so great. I don't think they're that great of a formula comparatively to the Dead Roses palette. Now, do I hate the matte formula? No. Do I think it's horrible? No. Do I expect this from a $75 palette? No. I expect it to be better. I expect the matte formula to be flawless, where I'm not questioning whether or not I like the shade. I want to like it immediately. Now, am I being a little picky? I don't know. I'm a customer, you know? So, I don't know. This is an expensive palette. The shimmer formula is something that I really, really like. The shimmers in here are really good. I like the variety of the shimmers in the formula and the textures. I really, really enjoy that aspect. This palette definitely shines with the shimmers for sure. I think the shimmer formula and the multi-chromes and the duochromes and the holochromes are really, really, really nice. And there are certain mattes in here that are also so good and so wonderful, but there is quite a few mattes in here that I don't know what my opinion is on it yet. I need to use it some more, because so far I am questioning a little bit some of the matte formulas, specifically this one. This one was good. I don't know, I need to use it some more before I have a solid opinion about it. But these lighter shades blend beautifully. They look really, really great on the skin. They have the blurring effect that is really, I think is really nice, especially if you have, I don't have textured eyelids, but it's still skin and it just blurs really, really well into the skin. Then these shades, I would say same thing. It's just, it's these four mattes. Now, I will come up with another review after using this palette a lot. Now I am going to be comparing it to the Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette, because this is my go-to neutrals palette, and I was intending for potentially for this to replace this if it was good, because in this palette these shimmers are not great. I don't love these shimmers. I don't use these shimmers after the first few times of using it, because they're just not, I don't like them very much. Blend Bunny has done much better with their formulas since this is an old palette. This is, I don't know if they've remade this in the newer formulas, but the mattes are so good. And when I first used this palette, I immediately liked the mattes, versus with this, there's quite a few mattes in here that I don't immediately like, and this was this was half of the price. Now I only use like 9 shades in here comparatively to this one, so I am going to do a comparison, well, not a comparison, but kind of figure out which palette I'm going to end up keeping as my everyday neutral palette. That being said, it's a little far into the future, probably sometime in June is when I will do that, but overall, I don't know how I feel about this palette yet. I don't know how I feel. Like, overall, I think it is a good palette, but I do think that there are certain aspects of this palette that if you don't want to spend $75 on a palette that's not everything you want and completely perfect in its formula for you specifically, I don't think that this is worth it. If you have $75 to spend on a palette like that where you'll like most of the shimmers, and then maybe, well, there'll be some things that are questionable with the mattes. I don't know yet, need to keep using it. You know, it's fine. Personally, I do like this palette, and I expected to like it more. I'm not gonna lie, I expected to like it more, especially after the Dead Roses palette that I tried this year as well. That was my first dip into Bella Beauté Bar, and that was a really great introduction. That's a really, really good palette. And I'm not someone who gravitates towards reds and pinks, and that was so good. And so that's what I expected in terms of formula and quality, and I think the quality is good, but it's just not the formulation that I was expecting. Personally, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's exceptional. I don't think it's exceptional, and if you want an exceptional palette for $75, I don't think this is it. I'm not gonna lie. Now, no hate to Freya. I don't know Freya. I don't follow, I just have YouTube, so I don't have any weird parasocial relationships with any creators, or I don't know if she's like a model or something, or a creator or what. But I think it's really great that she did a collaboration, and I don't regret buying this at all. And I think the color story is really beautiful, which is why I bought it. And so if you love Freya 86 and you want to buy a palette to support her, that's totally fine, totally valid. If you want to buy this palette because you like this color story, it's a different thing, okay? So just keep that in mind, and you know, no hate to Bella Beauté Bar or Freya. I do like Bella Beauté Bar, and I like this color story. It's just, I don't think that the quality is that exceptional. So if that gets me hate, I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest about it. Colors of these are great. Color story is great. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will make a final review for this palette sometime in June, where I'm giving my final thoughts after using this for more times, more looks, just exploring this palette even more. Maybe my opinion will change. It is very possible that my opinion might change. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll dislike it more. Maybe I'll love it even more. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you found this video helpful. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.